Okay, so you would like your flower to be a little bit cleaner than mine. I scrubbed it up with the wire brush. What you could do is place it in the pickle pot if it's not brass or gold color. Then you could place it in the pickle pot. If it is brass or gold colored, you need to take 1 scoop of pickle, pour it into a glass bowl, and 1 same amount of hydrogen peroxide, and pour that in a glass bowl and let it sit in there for only 3 minutes. That's called super pickle. The other thing you can do is you can sand it, right, to get it all clean. I'm not going to do any of those things because I want to get the video made. All right, so we'll just pretend that mine is very clean. If it didn't solder the first time, if when you come back and you start working it, this comes off, it's okay. It takes a couple of tries. You're just learning how to solder, okay? So don't get upset about it. Just clean it up and try again. And most of us have to solder things multiple times. It's just the way it works. So the first thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna pick 2 petals that are kind of across from each other. And you're gonna take your round nose pliers, not your flat nose pliers, they have to be round. And you're going to twist up the ends, okay? Now hopefully it's not too hard because you flattened them with your hammer. And so hopefully it's not too hard to curl those up, but you just get in there and you curl like this, okay? And you do that to the petal directly across from it. Get in there and work it up. Curl it up. If it's giving you some trouble, then I do like to squeeze it with my flat nose pliers. If I can't get it fully up there. If maybe I didn't flatten those edges quite enough. So this petal, it looks like maybe I didn't flatten those quite as much as I could have. I'm gonna manhandle this one a little bit. Be careful not to break your wire off. That's the thing you want to be sure that you don't do. Okay, so the flat ones have a little more strength to them, so I went in there with the flat one. All right, so now those 2 petals that I curled, those are the 2 that I'm going to bend up. So I'm going to take my flat nose pliers and I'm going to try to nestle those into each other. Just like a real flower, right? So I pulled that one up and then I'm going to pull this one up because this is the one that you're kind of manhandling it. Just be careful not to break anything off. Okay. I'm going to kind of squish those 2 together. They're the center of my flower, right? So you just futz with that for a bit until you get it how you want it. Being really cautious of the stem. Do not break the stem. Okay, so now that's looking more like a rose. This side's not quite as nice as I'd like it to be. I could go in and saw up this one petal a little bit farther. That's what's holding it up, is right there. But I'm not gonna do that for demonstration. Okay, so then the next thing is you're gonna roll up the edges of this petal, right? And roll up the edges of this petal. And then you're gonna do it to the petal directly across from it. Roll that up. Roll this one up. And then you're going to take your flat nose pliers and pull these petals around each other. So now it's really starting to look like a rosebud, isn't it? That's what we're shooting for. is the inside of the rose, which also looks like a rosebud. And you just keep on playing with it until you get it how you think it looks nice. Because all flowers look a little different. Okay, and then you're gonna do that last flower. The last petal. So you're gonna roll up this petal, one side, roll up the other side, and then tuck it in with the rest of the petals, okay? Yay! All right, now what you're gonna do, it looks pretty, doesn't it? It's looking like a rose. So now what you're gonna do is scrub up this, scrub up your medium size petal. You're going to flux and put solder on, and you're going to solder the medium-sized petal to this, and then you're gonna clean it all up. You're gonna come back, you're gonna fold those petals up, and then clean it again and slide on your last one. Okay, so each of your petals have to be folded up before you solder on the next set of petals. Okay, good job. Thank you.